What's up, my beautiful son? I'm about to be reacting to one of my older videos, like when I first started YouTube. This one is gonna be the story time about when my ex boyfriend ripped off my wig. I hope you guys like this video. A Betty. Oh my god. I was.
Check 1 2 1 2.
Oh.
Can you hit? But if you can't, I'm gonna need you to go on ahead and turn up that volume of me. Cause girl, guess what? You're most definitely.
Oh my god, bro. I was such a diva. I was coming into my womanhood. I live. We're here, girl.
Now this story, I'm gonna try to shorten it up because it takes forever to tell this story because it's so long. There were so many events that happened that led up to the girl getting her wig snatched.
Clean the off.
And girl, it's just a lot. So, this story takes place when I was living up north in PA. I had met this guy through the job that we both worked at, which was Walmart, which I still work at.
Girl, we still working at today too, but it's okay. We hustling, we grinding.
His name is Markel. I'm just using the real name because he already knows that I'm gonna tell the story and he already knows what's up. So I met Markel and we were friends at first. It was me, Markel, and then 2 other females named, we're gonna call them Jasmine and Ray.
You know something? I have grown because a long time ago I would have listened to this video, and then I would have thought about those 2 girls, and I would have rolled my eyes so viciously. But we've grown. I hope y'all are doing well. I really do.
So we were all cool or whatever. And Ray had wanted Markel. He was supposed to be taking Ray's virginity or whatever. So
Now that I'm telling this video, now that I'm listening back at this video, I see how messy that was and how messy I was for swooping in on Markel, knowing that he was wanting to talk to, or knowing that they were wanting to like talk to each other, but I swooped right on in. Girl, you were a messy queen. You were messy, and you know it.
girl, they sweat up and down that I had knew this before I tried to get it myself. So what happened was,
Did I know this before he tried to get it? Girl, you did know. Yes, you did, girl. Girl, you did know. Oh, girl. You did know, girl. Oh, you were so messy because you knew they had told you about it. And you... Messy. Ooh.
Markel started dating was, Markel had came up to my position where I was at in my department in the store. And we were talking, and then before he got ready to leave, I was like, so, Markel, when you gonna give me the D-word? And he was like, what? I'm like, when you gonna give me the D-word? So he said, when you want the D-word? And I was like, you know, you can do what it do, when it do, what we do.
Mind you, I'm talking all of this, and I was still a virgin. Girl, embarrassing.
So we were sitting outside of my car and we were talking. I was like, well, I was just saying, you know, I don't really want the D-word.
Yes, you did.
We're gonna be fucking with each other and we're gonna like be something. So he agreed and he was like, I'm not gonna give you the D-word unless, you know, we're officially like together. So
And girl, he really waited. Like, me and him dated for, I think, I want to say we dated for like 2 or 3 months before we actually officially like did anything. Like we officially did something on like Valentine's Day. But thinking about this story, this is so messy. I was such a messy girl.
Get together and things are going like real cute and real smooth. So there was a particular event that had taken place in the beginning of our relationship that should let me know that Jesus was not about to go smooth. Like it was not about to go smooth.
Y'all hear how that sounds? Rocky. The relationship was rocky from the beginning. No cap. From the beginning, girl.
So I was at work one night. Markel, almost said her real name. Markel, Ray, and Jasmine were all at Jasmine's house. Actually, not Jasmine's house, Jasmine's boyfriend's house. She just lived there.
Oh, I was messy. Oh, Raya, that was so shady, girl. Ah, it is good to see how far I've come. Oh, that was so messy. Actually, it wasn't her house. It was her boyfriend's house. Oh, you a messy queen.
They were all over at Jasmine's house. And Jasmine decided that it would be okay for them to play a game called 20 Questions. So she brings up...
And no tea, no shade. Jasmine was messy for that. I'm not going to say her real name still to this day. But Jasmine was messy for that. Because she knew exactly what she was doing. She knew that I was at work down the street from them. And they wanted to sit in the house and play 20 questions. And you were asking them questions like, do y'all want to be with each other? Like, girl, you knew you were being messy. We were all messy in this situation, but we were younger back then. So, like, girl.
She asked them, I guess she asked them, like, do they like each other? And, do they have feelings for each other? And all this.
Because, Jasmine, my question is, girl, why would you do that? And you knew that me and Markel was dating. Like, why would you do that? That was messy.
Other stuff. And so, girl, while all of this is going on, I'm just at work. And you know how you just get that feeling in your stomach where you just...
No tea, no shade. Yeah, I think this is where... Me thinking back now is where I think I was a little bit more open back then. But I knew. Like, don't ask me how I knew. But I knew that something was not right. Like, I could feel it in the pit of my stomach. Like, knowing that all three of them were together. And maybe it's because like I had swooped in and took the girl crush. But I knew that something was not right. At work, and I was like worried the whole night, but I knew that something was not right. Like, I could feel it in my gut. Like, when they tell you to trust your intuition, girl, for real, trust your intuition, because your intuition is not leading you wrong. Yes, I was messy, and yes, I played a part in this, but girl, I knew something was not right.
Like, something's just not sitting right with me. Like, I don't know what's going on, but something just ain't right. So, girl, I'm at work irritated, and I'm ready to go. I'm ready to hit up Jasmine's house to, like, just be there, like, bless them with my presence, because I need y'all to realize that me and this nigga, we're together. And that's just that. Like, I just had this feeling in my stomach that just something was not right. Now, mind you, me, Ray, and Jasmine, we're all supposed to be cool. We're all supposed to be friends. So,
We are supposed to be cool, and we are supposed to be friends, but Raya, girl, you stole her man. Like, girl. Oh my gosh, I cannot believe that I was a man stealer. That is embarrassing.
the whole little situation and stuff that happened at the house, no tea, no shade, was Jasmine's fault. Jasmine was a big part of the reason why I think that me and him did not work out, because of this person.
Kinda, sorta, but at the end of the day, girl, it was not gonna work out because it was not ordained and it was not meant to be. So, it wasn't all her.
So, I get over to Jasmine's house. Markel and Ray had already left and went their separate ways. So, I get over there and I was like, so Jasmine, like, what did y'all do? What was going on? Like, what was happening
Okay, I'ma just let...
over here? So, Jasmine goes, oh, I don't really want to tell you because Markel is my friend.
You didn't want to tell me, girl, because you were the instigator. You were the starter, girl. Like, you started it, mamas. That's why you didn't want to tell me.
And I just don't want to be put in a sticky situation and pretty much stuff like that.
But you had already put yourself in this situation, girl, because you were the one who started playing 20 questions with them. No shade. You knew better.
So I was like, okay, cool. So she calls her boyfriend in the room. We're going to call him Jamar. So she calls Jamar in the room, and Jamar was like, I don't really give a fuck. I'll tell you what happened and all the other.
And didn't give. And didn't care. And told me everything that happened.
So they were playing such and such 20 questions or whatever, and pretty much come to find out, to make a long story short, Ray actually had my back. But Markel was like pushing up on Ray and was like, I want to be with you. I'm going to leave Raya for her. I'm going to leave Raya after Christmas, after she give me stuff, and I'm going to break up with her, either I'm going to break up with her after her birthday, and all this other stuff. So pretty
Was playing with me in my face. Was playing. Telling her all of this stuff. And he stayed right where? With me. He terrorized me. But he stayed with me.
like from the beginning, from jump, I was nothing but I was pretty much shaking my purse for Markel.
If you don't know what shaking your purse is when you are a girl like myself and you get with a man and you're doing everything. Every time y'all go out, you're paying. Every time y'all do this, you're paying. Y'all go here, you're paying. I was pretty much shaking my purse. I was the sole provider in our relationship.
Like I was just his bag. That was it.
Pretty much.
Anytime he needed something, I was the girl to do it.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, oh, really? So, and I really need to apologize to Ray because I was so petty towards Ray, and it wasn't even Ray's fault. Like, I should not have done her the way that I did, but I'm grown now, so I can admit that when I was wrong. So,
girl, you were growing in this video, but you was throwing shade in the beginning of this video, girl. You was being messy. You were being messy.
I have got home and I texted Markel and I was like, oh, you wrong for all that. Like, you.
I wish I still had the messages. Baby, I went in on him. I went in.
You did me wrong pretty much long story short. I wish I still had like the receipts and stuff so I could show y'all and all that stuff. Girl, mind you, this story, five, going on almost 6 years old. So girl, boom. So I sent him that message the next morning. I wake up and he was like, oh, if you're gonna listen to something, you need to know the whole story. So I drove down to where he stayed at, and he comes outside and we were talking and he was like, I didn't do none of that. I didn't say none of that.
And like a dummy, I believed it. You put your trust in stupid hoe, how you figure. He want your best friend and your sister. I lie to ya, and then screw ya. I get mad when his homeboys do ya. All that. I wish I had knew that song back then. I would have been throwing so much shade on social media. I would have been throwing hella shade on Snapchat. You hear me?
So I was like, okay, cool. And he was like, and if you want to, you can break up with me now and we can get that together.
He tried to get me to break up with him right then, but I didn't realize it. Hold on, y'all. But I didn't realize it. He had gave me the chance to take her out, but I was so in love. It was my first boyfriend. I was in lust after that man. I thought I loved him so bad. Girl, didn't. It was the meat.
After your birthday or after Christmas or whatever. So he pretty much really wanted me to break up with him because
Indeed.
he didn't really want to be with me anyway. Girl, come to find out that this man was cheating on me from day one.
From day one. Day one. Girl, that's another story time. I have to give y'all that story time. This man was cheating on me from the time that we got together. I mean, from the date that we got together, he was cheating. No lie.
So cool. We didn't break up. We stayed together. So our relationship was like really rocky after that because, you know, you can't really, like, once the trust is really gone, you might as well just go ahead and end this shit because the trust was no longer there anymore. So cool. So cool.
had to pause because I'm just sitting over here looking at myself. I'm like, damn, sis, you so pretty. Period.
Get back together, and she was like a little rocky and all this other stuff. So it's hard for me to remember because there were so many events that took place.
Mm-hmm.
So the second event that happened was for Valentine's Day. Just like it was so many occasions where me and this nigga should have broke up and should have cut it off.
Real
And
shit.
that should have been that. So the second occasion was it was Valentine's Day, and I had got him a watch in blue because blue was
Y'all, wait till y'all hear this. Oh!
favorite color. I had got him a blue watch and like a card or something like that. So it was real cute. So I gave him his stuff, and then he gave me my cute stuff for Valentine's Day. So girl, a few days later, like I noticed that he didn't have on his watch, and I was like, "Where's your watch?" Y'all gag on this part. I had to sit my mom. I need to calm down. Still thinking about this next man. So y'all about to gag on this part. So I was like, "Where's your watch? You know, I haven't seen you really wear your watch or whatever." And he was like, "Oh, I returned it because I needed to get some money for me to get something to eat." You did what? With the Valentine's Day present that I gave you, you returned it? So he was just making it seem like it wasn't a big deal, like I shouldn't be upset. And I'm like, nigga, that's something sentimental that I gave you for Valentine's Day.
Right.
Why would you do that? If you needed some money to get something to eat, you've never had a problem with coming asking me before.
You ain't never had a problem with coming asking me for $1 before. So now all of a sudden you gonna return the gift that I gave you for Valentine's Day? Oh, nigga, you ain't. Woosah, girl. Guess I'm still not. I gotta heal from that trauma too, girl. Cause this is boiling. This is boiling my blood.
So, why all of a sudden you think that it's okay for you to just up and do some shit like that? So he didn't think it was a big deal, and we got into a huge argument about that alone. And so, he was like, I had asked his sister or whatever, and his sister was like, yeah, he wasn't really right, but I don't really think you should worry about the small things. And I'm like, I don't even know why I'm.
Rule number 1: if you're dating a man, don't date his family too. Excuse me. Because at the end of the day, they're gonna always have his side. Because how dare you tell me that he was wrong, but I shouldn't worry about the small things? What? Girl, please.
Talking to you because, girl, y'all just like-minded people. Like, it's not small. You don't take something that somebody gave you and then go and return it for, like, that was for Valentine's Day. That's showing my love and compassion for you. You don't take something like that and go and return it to get some money back so you can eat. Nigga, you could have came and got the money from me. You never had a problem getting money from me before.
Right.
So, like, what's the issue now?
Right.
So I felt some type of way about that. So we were arguing, and then finally, like, we had calmed down about that whole little situation or whatever. So we were laying, I was laying on his lap, and we were sitting downstairs in the place where he had just moved to. So we were sitting downstairs or whatever, and I was laying on his lap, and he was like, "Would you try to kill yourself or like hurt yourself if I decided to break up?"
Kill myself over a man? When there's plenty of gorillas in the jungle? Please!
And I'm thinking to myself, like, nigga, I love myself too much. Like, you special.
Period.
But you ain't never that special for me to try to take my life over. Like,
Period.
it doesn't work out with you, will most definitely work out with somebody else.
Period.
Like, why would I try to take my life because you decided to break up with me? Like, that shit have hurt as fuck. That shit have hurt it, like, hard and bad as fuck. But what can I do? You're breaking up with me. So, baby, cool.
From his perspective, I must have been so clingy for him to think that I would take out myself and my beautiful life over him. Girl, please.
So a few days later, after he had asked me that, we went over to
Love her so much. Still love her to this day.
Amaya. So we all upstairs partying, drinking, having a good little time or whatever. And me, once I get alcohol in my system, I'm good, baby. Like I don't really too much care about nothing or
Nothing.
anything. So he was like, "Come downstairs. I need to talk to you." Mind you, he could have did this way before we even got to the party.
Right.
Okay, excuse me, let me rewind that. So he had work that day. So I went to pick him up from work.
Mm-hmm.
At this time we weren't staying together. So I went to pick him up from work,
Mm-hmm.
and when he got in the car, he was just acting like real funny. I was like, "Are you okay? Like what's wrong?" And he was like, "We just got some stuff that we need to talk about or whatever." And I was like, "Okay, what's up? Let's talk now." He was like, "No, we'll just wait." He was like, "Do you want to talk about it before the party, or do you want to?"
Now that I'm thinking about it, the reason he did it at the party because now you messy man. Now that I'm thinking about it, the only reason that he didn't do it right then and there was because he knew that he wasn't going to have a ride to get to the party because the sister was not, because it was not driving all the way from where she was at to come and pick him up and then go all the way back and then drop him back off and then drop him back off. So he knew that he needed a ride. And then he had the nerve to break up with me at the party. So that way, if he broke up with me at the party, then he could have had her just take him home, and then she could have just, oh, you are a messy man. You are a messy man. Period.
Like talk about it like at the party or what? No, like, it don't really matter. Like let's just like talk about it or whatever. So he decided. I guess we both decided a mutual agreement. I don't really remember because it was so long ago. But we both decided mutually that we'll just wait to talk about it. So we get to his cousin's house,
Mm-hmm.
and we having a good time drinking or whatever. Girl, I done got the liquid courage in my system, and
Mm-hmm.
so we go down. He was like, "Come here, I need to talk to you. Let's go downstairs." So we go downstairs. We go in the bathroom and we talk. And he was like, "I don't really think it's working. So I just think that we need to call it quits for right now because it's not really working." I was just like, "Girl, mind you, I'm drunk. So at this point, I don't really care. I'm trying to have fun."
Let me tell y'all what he told me. Right? So afterwards, we were trying to work it back out. We were trying to get back together or whatever. And he was like, oh, I didn't think you was going to let me break up with you. I thought you was going to be like, oh, you my man. You ain't going nowhere. I thought you was going to fight for it. If you don't want me, then don't talk to me. Go ahead and free yourself. I didn't feel like that at that time. But baby, right now, like in this moment, now that I'm listening back at this video, baby, free yourself. I mean, that's what he did, but like, you thought that I was gonna, you broke up with me. Like, I don't know what you was. Anyways, let's get back.
So, girl, he breaks up with me, and we go upstairs, and I was like, well, y'all, he just broke up with me, and I was like, whatever, I don't really care right now, with alcohol that.
I dead ass did. I was already drunk. I was already tipsy. I did not care. I dead ass went back upstairs and was like, let's get drunk.
So, like, he was all upset and, like, called his best friend Jasmine or whatever, went downstairs and said whatever he said to her. So, the next day after we had sobered up, now, mind you, he was my first boyfriend. So, after we had sobered up and stuff, now I realized, I was like, wow, like, it's really over.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we're really broken up. And so, my feelings was, like, hurt and stuff like that or whatever. And I was crying, all that weak shit over this nigga who wasn't racist, pretty much. So, we eventually got back together. I'm trying to shorten this up. Like, I don't want it to be too long. So, we eventually got back together.
Mm-hmm.
But on our little break, there was some drama that happened between myself, him, and Ray.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, pretty much we got into it because while we were on our break, he invited Ray over to his house.
Mm-hmm.
And they were talking and trying to spruce it up, and I didn't know. So I went over to his house the day afterwards because, like, they didn't put anything on Snatched or nothing like that. So I was blind. Like, I didn't know that she was over there.
Mm-hmm.
And so, mind you, Ray still followed me on all of my social media.
Mm-hmm.
My Snapchat and stuff. And she would always watch, like, my Snapchat.
The first. Mm-hmm.
But at this point, like, we weren't friends anymore because of the whole situation with Markel. Girl, that's a whole nother story time. That's a whole nother girl. I can't tell.
Girl, that was some drama. She ate me up. You hear me? She ate me up.
All of this in there. So we had already like broken up. We got like we weren't friends anymore. So girl, I go over to
This
his
is
house
good.
and, you know, we friends or whatever. We chatting it up like he's my ex or whatever, and we cool and we still like loving on each other and shit or whatever. So I put him on my Snapchat, and the girl Ray watches it. So all of a sudden there's a status on Facebook talking about some yo. I need to know what's going on because did y'all? So I don't even remember, girl. I wish I still had the receipts, but girl, I don't even remember. So Markel goes and puts a status on Facebook talking about something I can do whatever I want, like I'm single, boo. So mind you, when this is going on,
This was messy.
I was out.
Yo, I don't know why, but this kind of makes me miss living in Pennsylvania a little bit. This was messy.
I was getting myself and Markel some heat, so I seen this and I was like, what the fuck is this bitch talking about? Like,
I will never forget it. I was in the McDonald's line looking at this mess, and I'm like, what is going on? Like, they're throwing subliminals at each other, and what does this have to do with me? Like, when I was going to her comments, like, she was tearing me up in them comments, and I was like, this is crazy.
what is going on? So I'm completely clueless. Like, this stuff is all out of the blue to me. Like, I did not know what the fuck was happening at this point in time. I didn't. So boom, I get into the house and I'm like, so I was like, why didn't he tell me that she was over here?
Period.
And all the other stuff. So like, he ain't really got too much to say. So like, me and this girl going back and forth
Stuttering.
on Facebook, and we're arguing, and girl, it's not even, honestly, it's not even worth it. Like, so shortly after that, myself and Markel, we got back together. So some drama and stuff was going on at the place that I was living at. So I had moved from over there and then moved in.
They keep watching, girl. We're getting there. We're getting there.
It was Markel. So Markel would be like, he would be difficult. Then we were like living together sometimes. Like sometimes he would want me to cuddle with him. Sometimes like he wouldn't want me to cuddle with him. Like he would be telling me that I need to get friends. I couldn't do that, something was wrong. Like when you don't put a bunch on top of your significant other, and they're telling you need to do some friends, watch him, baby.
Don't listen to me. That was me speaking out of toxicity back then. If you get in a relationship with somebody, you definitely still need to have your own personal life. You definitely still need to have your own friends. But there are stipulations. All right.
Girl, because he doing something. He being sneaky.
That's not always true.
Mind you, like, while we were on our little breakup, girl, I don't listen, girl, get on my hand. So mind you, while we were on our little breakup, he had downloaded these dating websites, and he felt the need to keep them while we were together. Talking about something I didn't really need to worry about it. The people on there were just for entertainment. It wasn't nothing serious. So I was just like, whatever.
The
Like,
lies.
you don't really need that shit. So he kept them because that's what he wanted to do. Even though we were in a relationship together, he didn't give two fucks about what I had to say.
Not none.
So girl, what happened was he had got himself a tablet and he wouldn't let me get the password to it. Like you don't have nothing to hide.
I was Catwoman, baby. I got that password.
He would let me know the password to your shit. So he had to go to work one morning, and mind you, we're staying together at this time. So he had to go to work one morning, and I was like peeping over his shoulder, watching him put in the little passcode to his tablet, and he didn't know that I was watching him. So like once he had like kind of glanced back at me to look and see if I was watching him, I had moved like turned real quick and started to feel like I was messing with some shit on the dresser, right? Girl, you're not gonna catch me. You're not gonna change this password up on me, and I'll say what it is because now I'm about to go digging and find out what's going on. So I dropped his ass off at work, and then I zoomed back to the house, grabbed that tablet, baby, unlocked that hole. All of your shit is acceptable to me. Yeah. I'm about to find out everything that you've been hiding. So, girl, I get on his Badu, I get on his grinder, I'm taking screenshots of all the shit. Girl, he had been cheating on me since he had been talking to other people since we had first got in a relationship. Like the whole time we were together, whenever we were not.
That's why it's hard to date butch queens, because butch queens sometimes don't really be into the girls for real. They be liking what they like.
Yeah, the girl, physically having sex with these people, but entertaining and talking bitch to me, that's cheating. You're entertaining other
It
people.
is. I still stand by it.
Isn't me, you're cheating. So I called one of my cousins from North Carolina. I was like, girl, I'm such a dummy. He's been cheating on me and on this other side. So there was one particular person that I seen his messages that was supposed to be coming to visit him from the city. Now, mind you, we're still together, and I haven't said anything about this, so he doesn't know that I know this stuff. So I had took the person's number down and put it in my phone. And so there was one night, me and Jasmine, like at this point, shit was happening with us too, so we weren't cool anymore either. So me and him went over to Jasmine's house, and we're sitting in the house, and they decided to talk about this nigga in my face. But what he tried to do was he said, "Hey, Jasmine, did I tell you about my cousin who's coming from the city?"
He had a whole nigga coming over to see him and said that it was his cousin that he was going to be meeting up with. They was talking about this in my face. How grimy.
See me? Mind you, he hasn't told me about a cousin that's coming from the city to see him, but mind you, I already know about this nigga that's supposed to be coming from the city to see him. So, girl, I get up and I leave and I go to my friend's house and I'm in there crying. I'm like, girl, they think I'm stupid, but I'm not stupid. Like, they was really sitting in my face talking about a whole nigga. Like, on some, that's some disrespectful shit. So, boom, a few days later, go by, and I had put a status on Facebook and I was like, I'm tired of people, like, pretty much walking over me from this day forward. If I have something that I need to say, I'm going to say it. So, he's seen that or whatever. And so, that night we were supposed to be having dinner. So he was at work, so I went up to the job and I was like, we got some stuff that we need to talk about. And he was like, what? And I was like, we'll just talk about it tonight, after over dinner. So he gets home, and at this point, like after he done got home, I just wanted to like leave the situation alone because I knew how he was gonna.
I don't know why I did that. I was just like, I didn't want to talk about it because I wanted my man. Like, I knew he was cheating, but I wanted my man.
That I went through his stuff, and I knew that it was gonna be like a big old blowout, and I just did not feel like dealing with it. So we get to the house, and we in the kitchen and we cooking and stuff, and he was like, "So what did you want to talk about?" I was like, "Nothing, babe. It's okay. We can just forget about it. We'll talk about it some other time because I know that you're gonna feel some type of way. You're gonna be upset or whatever." And he was like, "No, you don't want to put a status on Facebook saying that you got something to say that you're gonna say it and woo and all."
Oh, so you're calling me out? Wrong thing to do.
Other stuff. So it had pissed me off because he was like trying to antagonize me, like trying to like I feel like start. So I was like, okay, so it is ending. And the room got quiet.
Who is it?
I'm talking quiet. And he was like, how do you even know? I was like, because I went through your tablet, I figured out your password and I went through your tablet. And so who is that? Is that the cousin that's supposed to be coming to see you from the city?
Who is it?
And he was like, I thought I told you about my cousin. I was like, no, you didn't. You told the female cousin that was supposed to be coming to see you from the city. And he was like, oh, why was you going through my stuff? That stuff isn't yours. You don't need to be touching nobody's stuff that don't have nothing to do with you. And I said, first of all,
if you're my man, what's yours is mine. I'm going to go through it.
you're my boyfriend. So anything that belongs to you, nigga, belongs to me. And I should be free to go through anything that I want to go through. So, like, we're arguing and we're taking an argument upstairs. Like, we're really going at it. So I was like, and I don't even understand why you still have those apps on your phone anyways. You in a whole fucking relationship. So, like, you don't need those apps. Like, why are you on there? You need to delete them anyway. And he was like, I told you already that, I'm only on those apps for entertainment, and it ain't nothing serious, and you always worried about the wrong things. And I'm like, worried about the wrong things? Like, you're on these dating websites. Why are you on there? You have a...
Worried about the wrong things? No, nigga, the wrong things are you being on these apps knowing that you have a girlfriend. Those are the wrong things, bae.
Girlfriend, like, what are you doing? So, we get some arguing, and girl, we going in, honey. And the next thing you know, my head just go like, And before you know it, bitch, my wig is in his hand.
I was, y'all, I was in shock. When my head yanked, it went like, I was like flabbergasted. Be- I was behooved. Like, I was in a state of, girl, I don't know. But when he ripped that wig off my head, I was like, oh my God.
Girl, and he was mad, girl, and he snatched my wig off because I went through his stuff and found out that he was cheating on me. Like, he ripped my wig off as if I was the one that was in the wrong. As if
I sounded so innocent. And he was cheating on me. I mean, like, I was innocent, but girl, like, he really ripped my wig off my head. Oh my gosh.
I was the one who was out here cheating on him. Girl, so we sitting here, mind you, this was my very first wig. So we sitting here, we're playing tug of war over the wig, and he was like, and I'm gonna take this wig back to my best friend because at the end of the day, my best friend Jasmine is the one who gave you this wig, and you don't even fucking you don't need this wig. And I'm just like, girl, I got alopecia, I'm out. You can't so like we're really sitting over here, we tug of war, girl. We fighting for Jones. Oh, my wig. That no longer belongs to your best friend, girl. So, girl, like, we is legit over here arguing about this whole wig. So, finally, he lets my wig go, and I put my wig back on. And he runs downstairs, girl, and goes to my car and was like, I'll fuck your car up.
I bust the windows out your car. And no tea, no shade, he would have did it. He would have did it.
Windows out your car. I'll flatten your tires. You old stupid bitch. And, like, we was going in on me.
In.
So I went up to, I was like, Markel, please don't touch my car.
Please.
Not touch my car. Because at this point, when my car is the only part that's a pop, that's the only thing that I have. Is my car.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only thing I got. Like, don't touch my car. Please, just leave my car alone. So, girl, he acted like he wanted to fight me and all this other stuff.
He did.
So, girl, I'm outside guarding my car. He runs back upstairs, and my girl, it's drizzling outside, about to start raining like real hard, girl. It was like, so this thing, you know, is this nigga lifts up his window, and all of my belongings, girl, he is throwing them.
Y'all, I still cannot believe that I went through this. This man was throwing my clothes out of the top floor of his bedroom apartment while it was raining outside. And we are having a screaming match in this neighborhood.
Out the window, jumping out the window, one jumping. That nigga was jumping out the fucking window like he was doing.
He was.
The extreme, the beyond, the everything.
Uh-huh.
He was doing, okay? So, like, he throwing my clothes out the window, and I'm picking them up, and as he throwing my clothes out the window, girl, he talking shit. He was like, you ain't nothing but a nigga, you a fucking man, any fucking ways, and wookie wookie woo. And I'm down there, and I'm like, that's fine, that's why you a weak ass, dirty ass, stink ass nigga. You ain't shit, and you ain't never gonna be shit, and you ain't gonna never amount to shit. So he like, yeah, wookie wookie woo. So I get my clothes, like all my stuff that he done threw out the motherfucking window, bitch. While this motherfucking rain outside, girl, we really out there arguing. And I get in my car, and I fucking zoom out.
I did. I zoomed off.
Like, he was hella disrespectful. Like, girl, this man took my wig off, slapped the hell off my head. All I know is my head says. And, like, at the point where he pulled my wig off, like, you know how in movies, like, when shit is going in slow motion, like, everything was going in slow motion, like, we still arguing, but I'm quiet in my head because it's just like, now I gotta figure out, I'm trying to think of 1,000 ways to kill this motherfucking man and get the fuck away with it. Because, like, he really just violated and disrespected me right now.
He did. Violated.
So, yes, girl, that happened, right? So, I had downloaded my little tag app. And I was like, he out here doing what the fuck he want to do. I'm gonna do what the fuck I want to do. So, me and my homegirl, we decided to take a ride 2 hours away to go see this nigga that I was talking to. And we go see him, we stay the night, and then we leave. And come to find out, and I know I can't be mad because I haven't been to go see a nigga, but me and the nigga ain't doing nothing the rest of my stuff. This motherfucker had went to the club and had a whole nigga upstairs in his room after we had just broke up, girl. Talk about these niggas ain't loyal. Girl, these niggas ain't loyal and they ain't shit. But girl, yes, this man really took my motherfucking wig off of my head. The only wig that I had on at the time. Girl, talk about devastated. I was flabbergasted. Okay? I was out of there. But yes, girl, that's the end of this story time. And I really, really, really hope that y'all enjoyed this. I really hope that you really like, you comment, and you subscribe, girl. Subscribe to my shit, girl. It ain't gonna hurt nothing. It don't cost you a penny, a nickel, or a dime. Girl, so just go on over there and subscribe. Hit that subscribe button, girl. So I really hope that y'all enjoyed this video, and I'll talk to y'all later. Bye, girl.
Well, girl, y'all heard what she said, girl. Y'all heard what my past stuff said, girl. I hope that y'all enjoyed this video. If you did, please like, comment, and subscribe, girl. Thank y'all so much for watching. Bye.